shot.
You better run away, baby. The fire put my spell on you. You better get away.
State of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
From all across the state,
Rushville,
South Bend, Washington,
Lakeland High School,
Culver Academies, North Vermilion,
we represent 160,000 student athletes.
We are the voices
of 410 member school athletes.
The IHSAA Student Advisory Committee is made up of 18 student athletes who organize the Student Leadership Conference and participate in state championship events as award presenters in many different roles.
We represent you.
We are the IHSAA Student Advisory Committee.
Pure spirit,
Pure sport,
Pure Indiana.
The Athletic Department wished to thank the following sponsors for their generous support of Union City Athletics. 3M Excavating, Botkin Trophies and Laser Engraving, the City of Union City, join the movement. Best Way Disposal, Cardinal Ethanol, Citizen State Bank, Double Z Home Improvement, Eco Vehicle Systems, Equus Consulting Group, Frank Miller Lumber Company, Hydrojet Signs Fabricating and Glass Components, Midwest Bankers Home Loan Expert, Derek Huntwork, Tree Hill Farms, real food made simple, Wiley Well Drilling, Woodcrest Lanes, the Smoke and Pin Barbecue, Didier Do-It-Best Home and Hardware, Kearns Brothers, the Union City Lions Club, Packasack, RL Painting and Manufacturing, Shuckney Electric Heating and Cooling. Now we take you to Union City Gymnasium courtside for tonight's broadcast.
Welcome to Union City Junior Senior High School for tonight's matchup between the Centerville Bulldogs and your Lady Indians. We'd like to remind our patrons that Randolph Eastern School Corporation's buildings and grounds are a smoke-free and tobacco-free environment. We also appreciate your cooperation in wearing a mask, social distancing, and sitting in the designated areas. Family units may sit together. Everyone else should sit 6 feet apart. Your efforts are helping us offer a safe environment for all in attendance. Restrooms and the concession stand are located in the gym lobby. When you're in line at the concessions, please observe all social distancing rules and mask up. And now for tonight's junior varsity lineups. First for the visiting Bulldogs. Number 20, Gracie Helms. Number 32, Shay Bennett. Number 44, Madison Burdett. Starting for the Bulldogs tonight, a 5'3" sophomore, number 10, Ellie Waters. At 5'5", a sophomore, number 12, Annabelle Price. A 5'6" sophomore, number 22, Gabby Duke. A 5'1" freshman, number 34, Anna Davis. And a 5'8" freshman, number 40, Gracie Pliley. The Bulldogs are coached by John Lickfelt. And now for your Lady Indians. Starting tonight for the Indians. At one forward, a 5'5" freshman, number 14, Annalise Banda. At another forward, a 5'6" sophomore, number 42, Grace Shoemaker. At center, a 5'11" freshman, number 34, Cameron Fisher. At one guard, a 5' sophomore, number 4, Peyton Dye. And at the other guard, a 5'4" sophomore, number 11, Emily Evans. The Indians are coached by Brittany Osborne. Tonight's officials are Gregory Brown and Eric Fields. We'd like to thank them for their time they have committed to our student athletes, and we appreciate their efforts and sacrifices.
And we want to welcome everybody to Union City Gymnasium. It's basketball time again. We got the Union City Lady Indians against the Centerville Lady Bulldogs in a Tri-Eastern Conference matchup. And interestingly enough, ladies and gentlemen, I guess we're going to be playing only 2 quarters of the JV game. Not sure how that is, but we're going to do her, and then we're going to have varsity action after that. So hang tight. We're getting ready. As you know, the players have announced, and we're getting ready to be interesting how they do this. I'm guessing there's going to be maybe one quarter and then a little half and another quarter or 2 straight quarters. We're going to figure this out. But that's pretty much what we come to expect here in this crazy pandemic world we're living in, and the athletic directors and the superintendents of all the school systems trying to do the best they can to get these kids to play. So Centerville getting ready to tip off here. Number 40, Gracie Pliley, is getting ready to tip off against Cameron Fisher. And Centerville will control the tip, and Ellie Waters will bring it up. Looking to work the ball around. Here's Anna Davis. Back to Waters. Waters, trying to get it back to Davis, and I think we're going to get a turnover there. They're over and back. Backcourt violation. It'll be Union City ball. As Peyton Dye will bring it past the timeline. You have Shoemaker Dye and Annalise Banda starting tonight, the sophomore, and you have Emily Evans, as well as the freshman Annalise Banda and Cameron Fisher. Check that. As Emily Evans will probably do most of the ball handling, as well as Peyton Dye in for the Indians. And Dye's going to take a 3 right away. A little too hard. Who wants the rebound? Centerville comes up with it. Number 22, Gabby Duke. And we're going the other way. For Centerville, you have Ellie Waters, Annabelle Price, Gabby Duke, Anna Davis, and Gracie Pliley. And here's a 3 from Centerville. Had a balloon on it. Nice little arc, but no good. Here comes the Indians the other way. Peyton Dye, she's going to step on the line, but it's partially blocked, and Shoemaker fights for it. Evans is in there, and they're going to call it a jump ball, and the possession arrow is going to remain the Union City Indians. Don't forget, tomorrow night we have a triple header, another Tri-Eastern Conference matchup between Hagerstown Tigers and the Union City Indians. We got the JV starting at 5 o'clock, and then we're going to go after that. We're going to have the varsity ladies, and then the nightcap, the third game is going to be the boys. So it'll be a pretty good Tri-Eastern Conference matchup, and it will be the ladies' last home game of the season, the last game of the season, tonight and tomorrow night, before the ladies go to Tri next week to their opening round sectional against Blue River. And we might discuss that a little bit as later on as the game tonight. And we'll tell you about that sectional pairing in the opening round. So Centerville's coming to the ball. We're still no score here. 5:33 left to go. And Dye fights for the ground there. Nice scrum, and it's going to go back to Centerville this time. But good defense by Peyton Dye to get her hands on that ball to get the whistle. Ellie Waters is going to take the ball out for the Lady Bulldogs. Davis looking inside to number 22, Duke. She's going to take a shot, no good. Nice rebound by Annabelle Price. It's back out to Davis, over to number 10, Ellie Waters, and she's going to take a deep 3. Boy, that had some rain coming down off it. And it's no good. Emily Evans comes up with the rebound, and here comes Peyton Dye. Annalise Banda looking inside, and stolen away by Peyton Dye, but last touch by the Indians is she couldn't get a handle on it, and it's going to go back the other way to Centerville. Anna Davis will bring the ball past the timeline. Still no score between either teams. Annabella Price is going to try to take one. No good. Shoemaker clears the boards, and here come the Lady Indians. Dye over to Evans. Evans, we've talked about all season what kind of a three-point threat she is. Looking forward to seeing her on the varsity next year. She dresses varsity, but I think she's going to be a big player next year for Coach Black. We've mentioned this all season long about how deep Coach Black's bench always seems to be, and it's thanks to the nice development from the 8th grade level on up by Coach Holt and Coach Green. So Union City might be losing a couple seniors, but not a whole lot of talent because they constantly develop these players. As Fisher tries to take a shot, a little too hard for him. Coming number 34, Anna Davis, and she's going to take it all the way. No good. Evans hauls down the rebound, and here comes the Lady Indians, Peyton Dye. Back to Evans. Evans going to crank up a 3. No good. Banda's in there, and I think they're going to get called for a foul on the freshman. And Annalise did pick up a foul.
Foul's on Banda. Her first. Team's first.
Still 0-0 here, 4:04 left to go. A few minutes gone by, still no offense, and they're going to call stepped on the line. It's going to be a turnover Centerville. This looks like Ellie Waters must have stepped on the line bringing the ball out, and Evans is going to bring it out for the Indians underneath their own bucket. They like to lob inside to Fisher on a play like this. Nice pick. Going to get a 5-second call. Nice try to bounce it in as Evans, but Shoemaker couldn't get a hold of it. And here comes 34, Anna Davis the other way, and she's going to take it all the way. No good. And finally, number 22 scores for the first bucket, Gabby Duke. So Centerville's the first to strike here. Here's Dye. Oh, a little too strong for Annalise Banda. And turnover the other way. Ellie Waters will take the ball out. And looks like Anna Davis, the freshman, will bring it up court. Dye immediately picks her up. And, boy, a nice long pass with good recovery by number 40 who checked in, or Gracie Pliley, excuse me. She's been in. Good defense by the Indians, a little swarm, and we're going to get a push call. They're going to call that on Shoemaker or Dye. Yeah, Peyton Dye is going to pick up her first foul.
Her first, team second.
So Union City B team, the JV, used to be called the B team back in the day. The JV always been slow to start this year. We've called a few games this year where I think actually there was one half where they didn't score. So that's been kind of the Achilles heel many games for Coach Osborne here, is trying to find some offense. When you got Evans on the court, that's instant offense right there. And Dye's been having some great games of late as well as she comes up with the rebound. And here comes Miss Dye. Past the timeline, one-on-one. Nice bounce pass into Evans. She gets away with a travel. I think she took an NBA step there, but no call, and it's who's going to pick up the foul here. Number 22 is going to pick up the foul, Gabby Duke. So that's her first for the sophomore. First. And Emily Evans will go to the line. And she sinks her first one. So the sophomore gets on the board for her first points. And the second one, nice form, but they're going to call a lane violation the other way. Didn't go in anyway, so Centerville ball, 2-1. 3 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in this first quarter. And as we mentioned, if you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, this is an odd experience for me because apparently they're going to play 2 quarters for this JV game. We will have a full game. And she's going to pick up for steps is number 44, Madison Burnett, who just checked in. And here comes Dye. Coach Osborne yet to substitute in this game. Fisher's going to turn around and take steps. It's a nice block by number 34, Anna Davis. They're going to call jump ball. Or no, excuse me, number 11, Emily Evans is going to pick up her first foul. Anna Davis, freshman, will bring it past the timeline. Over to Waters. And here's a shot. Nice bank shot by Madison Burnett. Not pretty, but it counts. And they got a 4-1 lead now to Centerville. And here comes Dye. And we've mentioned Dye can hit from the 3, and you get Evans hot. So we're waiting to see if those two ladies will start hitting around from the perimeter. Nice hands by Centerville's number 34, Anna Davis. She's having a good game so far in this first quarter. Dye. Evans got a clear 3. And she's fouled, and that's a costly one because it's going to send the sophomore to the line to shoot 3. So 3 shots, that's a costly. Anytime you foul somebody around the arc, that's costly because they'll go to the line shooting 3, and if they make it, that's a 4-point play. So let's see what Emily can do here with these 3 shots. Sinks the first one. She can tie it if she sinks these next 2. Emily misses the second one. And Evans sinks the second one. So 1-point lead by Centerville. Davis brings ball up. Pliley now and loses it. Banda comes up with it. And into the hands of Evans, back to Dye, and we're going the other way. So Evans and Dye yet to hit from around the perimeter. Shoemaker flashes out into Fisher now. Shoemaker's around the top of the key. It's not where she normally spends her time, and Evans going to crank up another three. No good, but again, she needs to keep doing that. She's getting good looks, and she's your ace three-pointer on this JV team. Davis. Waters. Nice inside pass into number 40, Pliley. She's going to take a shot, and she sinks it. 6-3. 1:20 left to go in this first. And, oh, Banda caught sleeping again. She wasn't turning. They were trying to get the pass, and she wasn't looking. And they're going to still call it. We're going to get this Union. Nope. Going to call it Union City ball or what? Okay, yep. Again, they tried to get the pass into Annalise Banda, and she wasn't looking for it. And I guess Centerville committed a turnover there. As Evans gives it to Dye. To Shoemaker. Shoemaker's going to take a shot from about 15. It's no good. A little too long. And here we go the other way. Gracie Pliley, nice defense in by Dye, and it ends up with Shoe's hands. And they're going to call a foul on number 34, Anna Davis, getting Shoemaker on the arm. That'll be the fourth team foul, I believe, for Centerville.
Fouls on Davis, her second, team's third.
That'll be the third team foul, correction. And here we are past the timeline. Evans to Dye. Boy, Davis is getting her hands in there quick. Annalise Banda, once again, they're trying to pass to Banda, and I don't know what's going on, but she just cannot get the handle on it. She's had about 4 passes thrown to her, and she's not paid attention to a couple of them, couldn't get the handle on the other two. As number 12 is going to check in, Annabelle Price is going to check back in for number 44, Madison Burdett, check that. Burdett, let's go with Burdett. Ellie Waters, back to Davis. Davis to Duke. Duke's going to take one from deep, no good. Evans was there in the position, but Centerville got it. Here's Davis from the free throw line, no good. Centerville keeps getting offensive rebounds. Looks like Shoemaker got fouled, but there's no call. Gabby Duke, she tries it again, and finally we got a whistle. And it's going to be on number 10, Ellie Waters. Boy, too many second chance points, or second chance attempts off of those rebounds. That's got to frustrate Coach Osborne. Here we come back the other way. 20 seconds left to go. Evans, that's the shot you wanted for. Oh, just a little bit off to the right. Here's Dye going to get it, and it's going to go up and in. So right at the end of the first quarter here, unless they score, Dye brings them to within one, but Centerville still has a shot with 5 seconds left to go. Who's going to crank one? Davis is going to try it. She stepped. Yep, she took a step right before she shot. We got 3.4 left to go, so the Indians with a 2 or 3 can lead this game at the end of one. So the mini first half, if you will. Let's see if they have a little break or they're going to go right into the second quarter. As we mentioned, we have a 2-quarter game tonight in this JV contest. Dye. Evans going to throw it up, and she couldn't get enough in time. It's a good defense there by Gabby Duke. And at the end of one, the score is 6-5 Centerville. And don't forget, tomorrow night, the season wraps up at home for the ladies against the Hagerstown Tigers, and the boys will be there as well. Speaking of the sectional pairings, the girls start their sectional on February 2nd. That's next Tuesday. And the game one will be Blue River versus Union City. And in game 2, Tri and Union. In game 3, Randolph Southern drew a bye, as did Lincoln. So they will await the winner. Randolph Southern will await the winner of Blue River Union City. And Lincoln will await the winner of Tri Union. And we've talked about Blue River tough this year, and Tri hosting team. It's going to be tough. Probably going to be a couple teams there to contend with. And so whoever's going to play those two teams is going to have their hands full. And, of course, the championship game will be Saturday night at Tri High School at the IHSAA Sectional 56 playoffs of the girls team. And, of course, the boys got a couple more weeks. And then their section will be starting, and that will be at Randolph Southern this year in Lynn, Indiana. So Coach Byram's going to return back to Lynn where he coached. And he took the Randolph Southern Rebels to a sectional championship a couple of years ago. So it'll be a nice homecoming for Byram. And, of course, when you coach in your former team, it's always one of those special games where you want to do well. And we're going to go right away, 7 minutes. We're going to bring right back out. Looking across the ways there, we got we mentioned earlier about that Coach Holt and Coach Mackenzie Green's 8th grade team. Most of them sitting over on the other side, just observing the game. We've mentioned Brianna Williams, Emma Blankley, Gabby Ordonez, Kaya Mullins, Oakley Reichard. Ava Jeffries looks like she's over there. So many of the members of the team are here to watch their JV, and they'll be playing next year at this level, and many believe that there'll be a few of those freshmen going to be getting some varsity action for Coach Black. Got a couple of pretty good coaches in that 8th grade level with Coach Holt and Coach Green. Here's Evans. Over to Dye. Dye's going to take her first three. Hits the front of the rim. No good. Back the other way. Here comes Anna Davis. Dye's going to try to stop her. Puts her hand straight up. Davis goes straight in for the layup. So coast to coast is Anna Davis, and it's an 8-5 ball game as we're just underway in the second quarter. As Evans dribbles the ball up. Dribbles down the lane and gives it to Fisher. Fisher's going to take a shot. No good. A little too hard. And Evans tries to get her hand on it, and we're going to get a jump ball. It's going to go back the other way. Gracie Helms will take the ball out, 5'1" sophomore. And Davis will bring the ball now in past the timeline. Coach Osborne immediately has her players pick it up, but they get it past the timeline. And here's a just inside. Nice shot by Annabelle Price, but no good. And Peyton Dye brings it back up over to Evans. She about loses it. Wasn't expecting the pass. A little smile on her face. One of those, oops. Back to Evans, and here she goes again. It's going to be a matter of time, and she nails her first one finally. And Emily Evans, that's her 4th point of the contest, 6th point of the contest, and it's 8-8, tied up at the 5:35 mark. Yeah, 5:36. There we go. Now it's 5:35. Davis. Price, back to Davis. Helms. Davis going to crank a three, a little short. Fisher with the rebound, but they're fighting in there. Nice play by Gracie Helms, number 20, to get her hands in there. And it's going to go back the other way, but they're not going to be easy here. And Shoemaker's going to take the ball out inside. We got a full court press here. Coach Lickfelt. Banna commits another turnover, and she takes a step. So Annalise getting a lot of playing time, but she's just got to shake the rust off. It's been a while. Miss Banna had gone a lot of the season, and finally gets in towards the end of it, getting some playing time in the minutes. And number 30, who had checked in, Shea Bennett. Her first shot's no good, and we're back the other way. Nice rebound by Cameron Fisher, the freshman, and Dye's bringing it up the court. Over to Evans. So I think he tried to set a screen for Evans and have her take another three. Could be anybody's game, but if there's 2 quarters, 4:40 left to go now. Dye's going to take a deep three. No good. She had the right trajectory, but it just wouldn't go in. And back the other way is number 32, Shea Bennett. She's going to take it all the way, and in and out, no good. And it looks like last touch by Bennett herself, stepped on the line, and we're going back the other way. And we got 4 Centerville players in this court. As far as you could look up, there's got to be a couple people open if you have 4 players down in the backside of the court. Oh, Shoemaker. Looks like Grace was looking to pass it, but she needed to control security of the ball on the reception of the pass. And it goes out of bounds, turnover to the Indians. Oh, just barely gets it in. Davis almost screwed that one up by getting her foot on the line, but we got it in. And Gracie Helms now over to Davis. Davis clear three. She takes one, no good, a little too strong. Rebound by Centerville. Helms gets it, and she's going to go up, and she's fouled. And see, looks like they're going to call that on Dye, and she'll go to the line shoot 2. And I believe that's the second on Miss Dye. And Gracie Helms will be at the line shooting 2. Been tied up for a while here, so let's see if we can't break this tie. First one's in and out, no good. And Centerville will substitute Ellie Waters. And we mentioned Crystal Breen is still suffering from a concussion. I don't know that she was cleared. I talked to her earlier today, and she was hoping, but it looks like they're going to have her sit out again. So Coach Osborne has nobody to substitute for the bench. So it looks like these girls are going to go a full, 2 quarters. And here comes Dye the other way. We're still knotted at 8. Evans. Dye's going to take one just inside the 3-point line, and she nails it. So the Indians have a 2-point lead going the other way, 3:50. And working around, and she's going to get called for traveling is number 40, Gracie Pliley. And Annalise Band will take the ball out, and looks like Centerville's going to press and almost stolen away. It'll still remain Indian ball. Annalise has got to make sure her passes are a little bit more crisp. We've talked about that all year, about how lackadaisical some of the passes on the JV and the varsity are. And Dye's going to end up with it as an almost stolen away by number 10, Ellie Waters, but Dye will set up the troops here. Evans is looking to square up for a three. There she is around the perimeter. Quickly out on her is Gracie Helms. As Evans will step back. Nice bounce pass into Fisher. Fisher takes that spin around. Great block by number 32, but it looks like she got her on the arm. Shea Bennett got the ball, but it looks like she must have got the wrist as well, and Fisher will go to the line shooting two. And if Cameron can hit both of these, it'll give a 4-point lead to the Indians at 3:22 left to go, and we'll call it in this game. Something I've never experienced. A 2-quarter game tonight. Only in a pandemic situation is things this crazy. As Fisher's first shot goes in and out. Still one more to go. And looks like Coach Lickfeld's going to substitute Anna Davis coming back in. She's going to replace number 12, Annabelle Price. And then Fisher will put her second shot up. And it's in and out as well. No good. Dye gets a hand on it, but smartly pulls back. They got to fall, and here she comes back again. Almost gets another steal. Davis now. Over to Waters. Waters back to Shea Bennett. Shea Bennett's going to take a three. Nice form, but a little short. Annalise Banda clears the boards, and here we go the other way with the Lady Indians. Peyton Dye getting some direction from Coach Osborne. Guarded closely by Ellie Waters. Dye tries to clear off with that arm. Shoemaker now. You expect her to get on board, and Grace took another step before the pass. So it'll go the other way with 2:51, but Union City still maintaining a 2-point lead. And we're going back the other way. I'll tell you what, I don't know if you can hear on the mic, but the ladies' locker room, a nice three-point by Anna Davis. Great bucket by the freshman. But we can hear the ladies' locker room down there. They're jamming. So quiet in here. We're not having the crowd because of the COVID situation. You can hear a lot of other things, and I think I'm even loud, and people are looking up at me like I'm a little too loud. And, oh, Evans a little too long on the mark. And back the other way, here comes Bennett. One-on-one guarded by Dye, and she's going to take it in left hand and nice up, an easy layup for Shea Bennett. 13-10, just like that. It's a 3-point lead for Centerville now. Here comes Dye. We got about almost 2 minutes left. You got to do something. Fisher's always got that turnaround shot. No good. She needs to use the backboard on that. Here comes Bennett all alone. This should be easy. Left-hand side, she's going to take a left hand in. Oh, a little too hard. Off the bucket, we're going to call a foul. So Bennett was driving down the lane. They're going to call that on Dye. Is that Peyton's third? No, they're going to call it on 40. On Centerville. Interesting. Thought that was the other way. No, wait a minute. Going to call it on Pliley. Got me confused here. Under 2 minutes, just a tick under 2 minutes, a 3-point lead to Centerville Lady Bulldogs. And after that, we'll have a halftime, and then we will have the varsity action. And Centerville, it looks like they've had a tough season getting on the stats there on Max Pref's website. They're 1-10 overall. And 0-4 in the conference, and they're averaging 23.8 a games, and Union City is averaging 61.5. So lopsided to a couple of teams there. It looks like Centerville's in a rebuilding phase. But a lot of people might say, right this close to the tournament, a game at 1-10, you're running the risk of exposing if somebody's carrying the virus or anything like that. They could expose these Lady Indians, and it could be deadly, and they could be going into the sectional not being able to play. So that's the risk you take. And I have a little mix of feelings about that. I understand the logic, but you know what? We're here to play. You play the games and just hope for the best and try to do the best you can to keep as secure as you can. And let's just let these ladies play the season. Shoemaker will bring it into Evans. And Union City's got a 3-point deficit to make up. Be interesting as this game went to overtime as Evans gets fouled by number 20, Gracie Helms.
First, team 7.
And then we'll go to the line. That's the 7th team foul, so it's 1-on-1. So this is where the Indians can catch up with no clock running. And Evans need to hit these two. And she sinks her first one. And Evans puts her second one in, and it's in and out, no good. It's a 2-point game as Centerville comes the other way. Here's Shea Bennett, and I'm surprised she almost looks like she's taking a couple steps with each dribble as she goes all the way and no call. She sped right past there, and it looked like she had a couple steps within the dribble, so that could have been a close call there, but regardless, it's a turn. Oh, yep, it'll be Centerville's ball. Here we go back the other way. Got a whistle. And Evans will go to the line again. They're going to call that on number 20. It's Gracie Helms. That'll be her second foul, but 1:25 left to go. Emily needs to convert these free throws. And it'll tie them up if she can hit both of them. And the first one's in and out, no good. And the second one's in and out, no good. And who wants the rebound? It'll go blue. It'll go back the other way to Centerville.
Fouls on Fisher, her first, team's 5th.
1:22 left to go. It's still a 2-point game. Nice baseball pass, and right by Ben again, but it ends up in Fisher's hands. And here comes Peyton Dye the other way. The girls need to set up. Looks like Peyton was bumped a little bit by Anna Davis, no call. And it's going to go back the other way as Peyton loses it out of bounds. Turnover Indians. Ball in. Centerville just, try to not make mistakes and work off some clock. And in and out, no good. Nice strong rebound by Cameron Fisher, and she's trying to get it out to the Indians. Here comes Peyton Dye. Shea Bennett's chasing her. She gets back in time, but Dye's going to take the shot. No good. Defense by Bennett to alter that shot by Dye, and she didn't get a clean shot. So good speed by Bennett getting down there in time to make sure the Indians didn't score that easy bucket. But here we are at the line again.
Team 6th.
They're going to call that on the Indians. Yep. Emily Evans is going to pick up her second foul. And Union City's full court press now. Here comes Bennett. Guarded by Shoemaker, right by around Shoemaker. Bennett's going to take it all the way. Oh, she loses it. No double dribble, but Shoe ends up with it. Here we go back the other way. We're under 45 seconds. Here comes Dye. Can they go away? Oh, nice block. Shoemaker now. And they're going to call Grace. What a critical turnover there with 38.4. So Grace took an extra step. And here we go back the other way, Centerville's ball. You don't want to commit a turnover because the Indians can score right away, so they don't have a comfortable lead to where they can work the clock off. They just need to protect the ball and make the Indians come out and play them. So let's see if that's what Coach Lickfeldt decides to do, is make them come out and foul you. Union City's got one foul to give before they go to the line, and Bennett got away with a travel there, and she looked like a smile on her face. There was no call. She even knew. So that could have been an important call for the Indians. They got to foul somebody. Evans gets away with it. No whistle. Here comes Evans the other way. Nice steal. She's going to take it all the way, and she's fouled going to the bucket. This is critical. At 8.3 left to go, Evans, the sophomore, is going to go to the line. She's had some trouble so far in these first 2 quarters at the line. So if she sinks these with 8.3, this could be an interesting game going to overtime in a third quarter. Big buckets here for Evans. Oh, and her first one's just short. Coach Osborne's telling her to follow through on the form there. Emily. And second one's in and out, no good. Rebound Centerville. They can sit on it. You got a foul her. Annalise tries to chase her, and Bennett's going to hold on to it. Still they couldn't. That's going to be the ball game of 13-11. And there you go. The Centerville JV first matchup, the two-quarter matchup. The Centerville Bulldogs go away with the victory. So that'll be the end of that one. Like I said, it's interesting that we only had a two-quarter game. And now the next game, we'll have a short intermission, and the varsity will take the court, and we'll have a varsity contest with 4 quarters. So we're going to take a while to reboot. We'll be back with the varsity action here. You're watching KISS TV and Union City Lady Indians basketball. We'll be back.
Best hardware.